Kenakan suara? Hello, hello. Hi. Hi. Assalamualaikum everyone. 大家好. Vanakkam. Comment ça va? What else? 안녕하세요. Konnichiwa. So, how are you guys doing these days? So this MCO is going to be extended until 9 June. So I hope you are mentally prepared for it. So we're gonna have so many online classes because of the MCO thingy. So before we start our session for today, I'm gonna ask you a question. Okay, hi cikgu. Hi, waalaikumsalam. Okay, there are two types of reading materials that I have in my slide here. So the first one is the prisoner of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. And also the next one is a cover of a magazine entitled Technology Review 2022. So what is the difference between these two reading materials? Several people here have people. Okay. Hi. Hi, Jennifer. Okay. The difference. Is um, the book Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban is a book that tells you a story, isn't it? And then on the other hand, another book, the magazine is telling you about facts, about things, about information, about knowledge instead of story. So today we are going to learn about suspense versus narrative. When we take back at the first slide, the narrative essay, reading material, while the technology review is actually the type of reading material. All right. So we're not gonna write books for sure. Don't worry. You're just we're at level. Sorry, form 2 level. Maybe I haven't warmed up my voice yet. So yeah, sorry for that. Okay. So for today's learning objective, we're going to learn the we're going to try to achieve at least three types of essay, and also to identify at least three differences between informative and narrative essays. All right. Hi teacher. Hi. Cikgu tak jelas. Sorry for that. I cannot help you. All right. Okay. So the content we're going to learn for today is types of essays. There are actually many types of essays, but I'm gonna focus on only five types of essays for you as an exposure to you, and also the difference between informative essay and that's what our main lesson for today, and also the structures of the essays. Okay, so types of essay. there are, like I said before, there are many types of essays, but today we're gonna briefly focus on these five types of essays, which are expository or informative, narrative essay, descriptive essay, compare and contrast, also persuasive and argumentative essay. So, hmm, so good. I hope so. So, all right. So the first one was expository, or we can say it, informative essay. They actually share the same meaning. Expository. Actually, informative essay is a very broad term used for the type of essay, and under this type of essay, there are another five specific essays category, which are interpretation, definition, cause and effect, response, and also analysis of sources. Okay, so what is interpretation essay? So interpretation essay is an essay that answers the how questions. Okay, interpretation. For example, what is your interpretation? Okay, I'm gonna give you like an article, like a magazine, and then you have to write your interpretation of the magazine. What is your views? What is your opinions? What is your feelings? What is your feedback about the magazine? So that is the interpretation types of essay. And then definition essay. So definition, basically you just have to just have to give the meaning of a certain thing. For example, okay, the question is define COVID. So you may use the terms, uh, the terms, sorry, I got distracted with the comments. Okay, you may use the terms that you find in dictionaries or any official definitions, such as um, articles that have been written from established writers, established writers, not just anyone, not just you cannot take it from Wikipedia, you cannot take it from any blogs because anyone can write on those things. So we cannot really trust whether the source is valid or not. That is for official definitions. And also, you can also put your personal understanding of the subject, the topic of our essay for the definition type of essay. For example, what you can say is that according to Oxford Dictionary, blah blah blah, in year blah blah blah, COVID-19 blah blah blah, and then you can put down there your own personal understanding, which is, in my opinion, COVID-19 is blah 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 blah. Okay, so that is for the definition essay type of essay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so far so good. I'm Form 3, but I like English, so I join it. Okay, good job. Welcome. Let's let's learn types of essays. Okay, and then we have cause and effect. I think you are quite familiar with this kind of essay, cause and effect. So what is cause and effect of essay? It is a type of essay that specify reasons for things that happen or consequences. For example, what is the cause of COVID-19? Sorry, I will keep on talking about COVID-19 because this is the current issues now, and I think all of us know what is happening, and um, COVID-19 is something that is our enemy right now. So we're gonna talk about this quite often. So let's say for cause and effect essay, um, Okay, what is the cause of COVID-19? So maybe unhygienic, or maybe you went to places that, you went to Italy, you went to China, and then you didn't quarantine yourself. So those are the causes of the COVID-19. And then what is the effects of COVID-19? So the effect is the economy. The economy is down, like our social life got distracted, so we cannot go out, things like that, and we cannot celebrate Raya. It's not that we cannot celebrate Raya. It's just that I cannot go balik kampung. It's okay lah. Mom, I love you. I miss you. Okay. Okay, let's continue. So response is your personal opinion. Response type, for example, is quite the same as interpretation, but the response is that you are responding to a certain question, or a certain situation. For example, let's see. So, what is your response to COVID-19? Are you listening? Are you listening to our government, whatever the government asked us to do? Did you stay at home, or did you just went out, go to the shopping mall, and then you just um, take selfies and, yada yada, things that we are not supposed to do during this lockdown and all. And then the analysis of sources. Okay, this is to make the writer understand the materials covered. So this is actually these not five types of essays. You might not be familiar with, you but you will find them in your tertiary level of education, which is in your university. So this is quite kind of like an exposure to you to know that what kind of essays that we have under expository or informative essays. Okay. All right. Okay, now narrative essay that we are going to talk about today. So, what is a narrative essay? Narrative essay is about expressing various things a writer might have gone through, and it describes a course of events. It tells a story, follows a development of a person through a series of experiences and reflections. Okay, the most important key point here is narrative essays tell a story. Okay, it's not just, it might contain facts, it might contain information and knowledge, but however, it is a development of the story, narrative narrative story. That's it. Don't think of anything else. Narrative is story. All right. So after that, okay, we have descriptive essay. So descriptive essay is, you can use narrative essays, as in how to say it? Narrative. It's not that you can use narrative essays to write descriptive essay. It's just that you can use like a storyline for you as a guide for you to write a descriptive essay. So what is a descriptive essay? Descriptive essay deal with adjectives, and it also answers the questions 5W, 1H, who, which, when, why, what else? Where, and how, and also use the five senses. Okay, what example that I can give you is that in descriptive essay, if you followed um, my webinar last week, so I kind of give an example of a passage. So that was a descriptive essay where the student wrote something like this, like sunny morning. So it describes a lot about the environment, about the setting of the events instead of telling much about the event. It's describing whatever the imagination that the writer has. Description and analysis of the chosen event or object or material, like I said before, is a detailed description. So why do we have descriptive essay? It is to make sure that the reader can imagine whatever we are trying to tell them. For example, um, I went through my studies in university, and I wanted to tell you the experience that I have. So I want to tell you how beautiful my university is. Like so, in my descriptive essay, I would say that there are many trees around. The trees are very tall, and then we can only see green things in my university because it is a university of Pertanian, right? So yeah, and also descriptive essay enables readers to have the exact imagination as what the writer is trying to describe. Like I said before, like what I tried to describe my university. So my university is very beautiful and all. So I use my five senses, like what I hear, what I see, what I smell. Like I smell the breeze, kind of like that. And then what else? What is what I touch, like maybe like I touch the tree and it's very rough or something like that. Okay? Okay, writers can use analogies, metaphors, personifications, and similes to help in writing descriptive essays. So these if you have learned literature, English literature in your classes, you should know what are analogies, metaphors, personifications, and similes. So these literary elements can actually help very much for you to um, write a descriptive essay. So let's take a look at our okay, 7:30. All right. Okay, compare and contrast essay. I suppose all of you should at least have encountered this type of essay before. So, a compare and contrast essay is essay that explains the similarities and differences between two events, topics, or issues or objects. Compare and contrast similarities and differences. Okay, so if you are comparing things, comparing two things, so you should list down, you should identify the similarities between these two things. For example, compare um, compare you and your brother. So what you have to do is you have to find the similarities between you and your brother. My brother and I, um, we both have the same parents, and we live in the same house. We um, attended the same school. So find the similarities. But when the question is asking you to contrast, what you have to do is you have to find the differences. So the differentiate you and your brother. So your brother, my brother is a boy. I am a girl. My brother live with my mom. I am living alone here. Like that. My brother is older than me. I am younger than him. So those are the differences. So that is what you should do if you have to write a contrasting essay. While a compare and contrast essay is that you have to mix both similarities and differences that you can find between two things. Okay, so like I said before, my brother and I will live in the same house. Um, we attended in the same school. However, okay, you can say in the next paragraph, we do not. My brother is a boy. I am a girl. Yeah, something like that. Okay, teacher, when you talk, it's not clearly. Okay, I will try not to talk faster. Okay. Okay, thank you for letting me know, Lochana Kaur. Okay. All right, so that was compare and contrast essay. So we haven't gone into our main topic for today yet. So persuasive, this is the last type of essay if I'm not mistaken. So persuasive and argument essay. So what is argumentative essay? So writer has to stand a point, defend, and convince the readers that his or her points are valid. For example, so argumentative essay, you just have to argue. You just have to do what you like to do with your siblings, which is argue. So, for example, okay, I like to argue. I like to give um sorry, I like okay, argumentative essays that you have to argue. For example, if you're given to me that okay, why between pink and red, which one is better? I would say pink is better. Why? Because pink show how girly I am. Because pink is um, more calming to see, is a color that everyone likes. So those are my arguments. So in this type of essay, you just have to be biased. Yes, you have to be biased. You have to you have to convince the reader that your points are valid, that pink is better than red. Okay? It appeals to logic and reasoning of the writer. For example, you have, like I said before, you have to give evidence and you also have to make sure that your evidence are valid. You cannot just say, I think that pink is better. Teacher, how many evidence want to write? Okay. All right. That we will talk about that later. We are coming into this informative versus narrative essay. So this is what I'm going to talk about. So we're going to narrow down a bit our lesson for today. So first we were talking about types of essays. So there are many types of essays, and now we're talking about two types of essays and what are the differences and also the similarities between these two essays. All right. Okay, I cannot see. Okay, these are the differences between informative and narrative. Okay, let's try to do this quickly. Focus. The focus of informative essay is in on the facts. Okay. It all gives you informative essays. Okay, do you remember? Informative essay? Which one? Expository essay. The one that gives the information and knowledge, like the definition, the response, the analysis, and all. So informative essays focuses on facts, information, and knowledge, while narrative essays focuses sorry, on the details of the story. Details of the story. Okay, story. Okay, what is the purpose of informative essay? Since it is an informative essay, of course it is to give information and facts about a certain topic. While narrative essay is to entertain readers. So you find entertainment in reading people's stories. You like to read tweets. You like to read novels. You like to read comics. So those narrative books for you are written for you to be entertained. Just like how you like how some people enjoy songs and how some people enjoy planting and all. So some people enjoy reading stories. It enhance their level of imagination and creativity. So reading is good. So and then okay, the voice for informative essay. So since it is informative, it usually supposedly informative essay it has to be written in a formal, in an academic um, uh, structure. So the voice should be inviting, accessible, and unbiased. Okay, informative, unbiased, argumentative, bias. Okay, argumentative and informative are different types of essays. Okay, do not confuse between these two types of essays. Okay, and commonly monotonous. Why informative? Because you want to sound unbiased. When you just want to tell things, you just want to tell facts, things that happen, things that is you want to tell about science, you want to tell about information. You don't sound as if it's very sad, it's very or you're happy. No, this is a formal thing, so you cannot do that. Okay. And however, for narrative essay, it is versatile. The voice would be versatile. So it is based on the right author's style and narration, and it is also based on the genre or situation of the story. Okay, for example, melancholy, joy, and exciting. So this genre actually makes you feel something when you read the the narrative essay, right? All right. Excuse me. And then, okay, fictional or non-fiction. So what is fiction or non-fiction? Can anyone tell me what is fiction? Five, four, three, two, one. Okay, no one is telling me what is the meaning of fiction. Okay, fiction is something that is not exist. For example, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. So Harry Potter is things that Harry Potter does exist. I mean, but the magical world, the fantasy world, does not exist. Does not. So fiction is things that the author or the writer creates by his own imagination. It doesn't exist in the real world. Okay. So while nonfiction is the opposite, something that exists, something that happened, something that we know, universally known. Okay. So for informative, it is nonfiction. There is no you cannot give information about the characteristics of a wizard. So that would be like because since wizard does not exist, so you cannot do it. Well, you can do that, you can write if you want, but then it doesn't really fit the category, right? Okay, but however, for narrative, excuse me, for narrative essay, it can be both fiction and non-fiction. Okay. For fiction, like I said, Harry Potter, Sabrina, and What Witch, and also what is that? The one that I like, Percy Jackson, Greek mythology doesn't exist, right? But then, so those are fiction. fictional story. And then we have non-fiction. For non-fiction, for narrative, it is like a biography or personal essay. So biography is like something when you are telling a story about your mother. So my mother um is going to for a walk yesterday, something, things that really happen. So yeah. And then the similarities. So the structures should be 4 to 5 paragraphs. Should be around that. But usually it is write 5 paragraphs. One introductory paragraph and one concluding paragraph and 2 to 3 body paragraphs. And then purpose. Both informative and narrative essay is written to fulfill a purpose. Okay, for example, if informative essay, you write an informative essay, it is to tell your audience about how to take care uh, about skincare, for example, how to um, use a moisturizer on your face, and then it fulfills the purpose is to tell how. Okay, and then while the narrative essay, the purpose maybe it is to entertain readers, to entertain me, so that I will be satisfied when I read Percy Jackson and all. So it is to fulfill a purpose. So those are the differences and similarities of uh, this informative and narrative essays. So the structures of the essays. What time is it now? 40. Okay, like I said before, I want you to have, I want, it is recommended for you to have 5 paragraphs. Okay, so paragraph 1 for informative essay, you should have introductory paragraph. And then the most important thing is your thesis statement. Okay, in your introductory paragraph, you can just state facts. You can just ask questions like rhetorical questions, or you can just say whatever happened before. I mean, you can put historical background in your introductory paragraph. And then thesis statement is a sentence that introduces the main ideas of the essay. For example, okay, you you want to say what is your essay should be how to take care of a pet. Okay, and then you have okay introductory paragraph. So you will mention about why is it important to have a pet and all. And then so you have 3 main ideas, right? So these 3 main ideas you should put into the thesis statement in the introductory paragraph, but it should be in the last sentence, which is this thesis statement. All right. Okay, when you have written all those introduction, and then you will say, okay, there are several, okay, or there are 3 ways on how to take care of pets, which are, okay, and then you list down all the 3 main ideas that you have. One, main idea 1, main idea 2, and main idea 3. Wow, what is that? Period. All right, okay, full stop. Then paragraph 2. Paragraph 2, you have um, main idea 1, and then supporting details. Okay, we had a question here. Teacher, how many evidence want to write? Okay, evidence. Okay, one main idea you have to support with 3 supporting details. In these 3 supporting details, you can put either one explanation, and then maybe you want to put 2 explanations, and then one example. So it's okay. As long as you mix, you explain and you put example in your supporting details, so it is okay. So you can just it's either 1 or 2 between this explanation, and also examples. So paragraph 3 and paragraph 4 is the same, main idea 2 and main idea 3, supporting details, and then supporting details you have to support with 3 supporting details. Okay, supporting details consist of explanation and examples. Okay, hi. Okay, hi. And then we have paragraph 5, which is the concluding paragraph. Okay, for the concluding paragraph, you have to summarize all the main ideas that you have written in your essay. For example, okay, for concluding paragraph, you would say, in conclusion, you would start your concluding paragraph with that. In conclusion, there are your main idea 1, main idea 2, no, main idea 3, main idea 2, main idea 1, and then you explain the topic of the essay, and then the last one, you after that you have to say whether your feeling or your opinion or views or your hope regarding the topic. For example, um, uh, in conclusion, there are 3 ways on how to take care of a pet. So, after you have listed down the 3 main ideas, just have, therefore, it is our responsibility to take a very good care of our pets so that they feel happy as how we want to be happy. All right? Okay. Okay, and then for narrative essay, wow. Okay, for narrative essay, also 5 paragraphs. However, it is if you learn, like I said before, if you learn literature, English literature, not exactly English literature. So there is a graph of elements of plots that we learn. So we started with exposition as your introductory paragraph, and then rising action, and then the climax, and then the following action, and then the resolution. So what is exposition? So exposition is the introduction of the characters or setting of the story. So in this paragraph, you should mention about the characters. Harry Potter. Okay, so my name is Harry Potter, yada yada yada, and then I live in yada 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 yada, and then the rising action. Suddenly, rising action is the development of the story. So, for in our example would be, suddenly I receive a lot of mails in my mailbox, and then there's owls trying to give me mail, but my aunts and uncle won't give me the chance to read mails. And then the climax would be the suspense of the story. So the suspense of the story, what do you think is the suspense of the story? Suspense is when okay, I actually don't remember. This is the first Harry Potter movie. But then we'll give another example for another story. So the suspense of my story would be like, I fell down the stairs. That is the climax of the story. And then the following action would be, the suspense of the story is resolved, where the following action, when I fell, so my friends saw me, and then they called ambulance and all. And then resolution, which is for paragraph 5, how the story ends. So I would just say that, um, and I am actually happy that my friends are with me, so they help me. And then even though I am in serious injury, but I am still happy that my friends are with me. So that's it. So I hope you understand those things that we have learned. Oh, I hope you understand. Okay, now we have like few minutes left, so we can use our this remaining time to actually write an essay. So before that, let me ask you something. I hope you can answer. Any of you can answer. Um, what are the types of essays that you have learned today? Okay, I will wait for the comment. Anyone? Anyone wants to answer? Anyone? Someone? No one? Hello? Hello? 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. 안녕, 안녕. Okay, since I'm not getting any response, so okay, I will ask you to I hope I will get a response for this. Okay, choose one color. Okay, thank you, Muhammad Hadif. Can you choose one color for me? For the star, is it the red star or the yellow star? Yellow. Okay, yes, I got a response. Okay, let's take a look at yellow color. So if you yellow, so we're gonna write an informative an informative essay. So I'm gonna stop sharing this. I will give where is it? Informative exercise. Let's take a look. Okay, write about how to take care of yourself during COVID-19 pandemic in one paragraph. All right. Okay. So, guys, what do you think? How should we start our conclusion? Our conclusion. Tiba conclusion. How do we start our introduction? Excuse me. Huh, huh. Introduction, guys. Introduction. Okay. Maybe I will say I should have. No, no, no. Is an informative message retracted. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Do you have any idea how to write an introduction for this COVID-19 pandemic? Okay. Uh, the world. Sorry. The world. Wait. I think I world is in chaos at this not because of war or the war or it is a war, right? This block, help me, guys. I cannot see, teacher. Okay, you cannot see. I have already. Okay, I will make it until 150. I hope you can see now. Okay. Every country, not every country, most countries are having lockdown, including Malaysia. Yes, me too. Yes, I see. Yes, me too. Summer. Okay. The world is in chaos at this moment. Most countries are having lockdowns, including Malaysia. So this is all caused by a new virus found in found in when did COVID-19 is founded? Hello, hello. In 2019, in end of 2019, of 2019. It has been spreading from China to the rest of countries in the world. 1920, 1912. Huh? What? Apakah? Oh, sorry. Thank you, Muhammad Hadif. I actually forgot that I have given you the question when was it founded. By the way, thank you for your response. So I have already moved on. So sorry, and thank you very much. This is all okay. Let's take a look at the one that I have written here. The world is in chaos at this moment. Most countries are having lockdowns, including Malaysia. This is all caused by a new virus found. A new virus found in the end of 2019. It has been spreading from China to the rest of the countries in the world. Okay. Um, anyone wanna continue with the next sentence? Let's try to have let's let's try to write our thesis statement. Okay. Thesis statement. Um, therefore, before that, before we put our thesis statement, we say it has been spreading from the world, and we are still struggling to fight the virus. The virus. Many, many actions. Sorry, many actions have been taken to tackle the problem. Since this is um, this is a war. A what is unseen war? An unseen war. Unseen war, and it involves health. Thus, each and everyone, sorry, EHUS, every one of us must, must, must what? Must play our role. All right. Therefore, this is not gonna be one paragraph. This is gonna be five paragraphs. But it's okay. We'll just write. Okay. Therefore, there are therefore few steps can be taken to take care of yourself during. All right, so we have a thesis statement here. So I'm not going to write the rest of the writing because it's going to take like a very long time. So I'm not sure if I say Dr. haven't found the vaccine. Okay, that's good, Lieutenant Carr. So let's try to put it in the sentence, to put it in this paragraph. This is and the doctors, and maybe we can I like alter a bit, and still there is still no vaccine found for this virus. All right, thank you, Lieutenant. Okay, so like I said before, so that's it. We're just gonna write the introductory paragraph. So in the next paragraph, you have to put your main idea one, which is what are the steps? Main idea one, two, and three, like 3 paragraphs, and then in the first paragraph, in the second paragraph, you should mention your the first step, which is to hygiene, to always wash your hand. Let's say, okay, your main idea is hygiene, and then your supporting details. You can examples like wash your hands or wear mask, practice social distancing, and that. And other than that, and then for the main idea two, you can say that maybe what is follow the government's order. So when you want to follow the orders, so follow the government order. Like for example, you have to stay at home. Like the government say not to um go out if there is nothing necessary for you to go out to. So yeah, even if you have even if you want to go back to your kampung to go raya, you cannot. That's okay. Let's play our role. I won't go back home. Bye, mommy. I love you. I still love you. Okay, but then and then you can do the same for the next paragraph, and then for concluding paragraph, what you have to do is you have to put a summary of all the main ideas that you have, which are the hygiene, following government's order, and then your main idea three, and then you have to put a sentence, like your last sentence. Maybe you can say that. So it is important for not so use hence it is important for all of us to play our own role to make sure that we can actually fight with this unseen war, with this unseen enemy, and make sure that our lockdown, our MCO won't be extended anymore. I really like to go out, but yeah, we good. You good? I'm good. We good. All right. So, and then okay, that is all for today's um exercise. Ooh. Okay. Where is it? Oh, here. Stop sharing. And we're going to share back our Microsoft. Oh, okay. Okay, so before we end, I want to ask what have you learned today? So, any of you want to answer my question? What have we learned today? There are quite few things that we learned. What have we learned today? Any anyone? We have 7 people here. Informative. Okay, good. Good, Muhammad Hanif. Informative. What about informative? We learn few types of essays. Okay, good. Few types of essays. Can you like name me what are the types of essays? Like one, two, three examples? One? Come on, people. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, I think. All right. So what have we learned today? Okay, we learned a few types of essays. For example, the first one would be I don't remember. Yeah, expository essay or informative essay, and then we learned about narrative essay. We learned about compare and contrast, persuasive and argumentative essays, and then also the differences and the similarities between narrative and what is it? Narrative and informative essay. And then also the structures of the essay and how to write the essays. So I hope that this class, okay, good, Luciana Kaur, informative and narrative. Okay, good. Okay, thank you for your response. Okay, so I guess this is the end of our class for today. So, thank you for your response and for your active participation in this session. So I hope to see you again. So, since this is like an open webinar, so anyone can enter, even if you're not in the form that I'm going to teach, like if even if you are now like in form 3, like someone here, who was it? Okay, Lochana Kaur. She's not form 2. She's in form 3, but she just joined this class, which is very good. So I'm gonna have another webinar in uh, on Wednesday. It's gonna be 4 4 4. Form 4 ke? Yelah, form 4. So form 4. So you can just can just you can just join in even if you're not in form. Well, even if you're in Form 1, it's going to be early exposure for you. And then even if you're in Form 5, you can just, revise what have you learned in your Form 4. So, yeah, that's it, I guess. So, take care, be safe, stay at home. PKP is still, MCO is still going on until 9th of June. Okay? Okay. So I hope to see you soon. So that's it, I guess. Goodbye. See ya.